In commemoration, of course, World Food Safety Day, the Food Safety and Quality Authority of the Gambia on Friday engaged stakeholders in a debate on the theme "Should the Gambia cease the importation of poultry products in place of local products?" The debate policy and strategy in response to food safety issues in the country. Moses Imandi tells us more of that in this report.
Over the years, poultry husbandry has increasingly got popular in the Gambia. Reliance on poultry products has also been up with time. Individuals own poultry farms, but there is also commercialization of the industry around the urban areas. Poultry products are an essential source of quality animal protein, especially the eggs. But quite a number of Gambians held serious reservations about imported poultry products. They even argue that the government should put a ban on the importation and empower the local poultry farmers. In that token, Food Safety and Quality Authority of the Gambia, in commemoration of the Fourth World Food Safety Day, pitched stakeholders against each other to contend ideas on the topic. The debate is geared towards addressing numerous food safety risks in the country. Michael Mendy, founder of Nalipal Agricultural Enterprise, in speaking against poultry egg importation, stated that importation should decline because local poultry farmers are well capable of meeting the demand supply of egg consumption in the country. He highlighted the steady rise of local production in 2020 to substantiate his claim.
So in 2020, the local production have gone over 500,000 metric tons locally. So you see from 2019, that jump from over 10 metric tons to over 500,000 metric tons. That's half a million metric tons. Obviously, because the market is there, the cost of feed was less in 2020, and other favorable conditions were there. So obviously the production has gone up.
He observed that production and expansion has since been hampered by the government's ban on chick importation from Senegal due to the avian influenza, COVID-19, and the price surge of chicken feed. Pauline Jiba, an FSQA staff member, is in favor of the importation. She rebuffed Michael's claims, saying that in the Gambia, the number of poultry farmers operating on a large scale is minimal, adding that the capacity production of poultry products is not industrialized.
First of all, I want to congratulate and thank my opponent for that beautiful presentation. But developing on his own presentation, how many of his likes are we having in the Gambian setting? He is 1 out of 1,000. And then we know that the capacity of poultry production in the Gambia has not yet been industrialized, such that local producers will be able to supply the entire Gambian population. And he centered his argument on eggs. I want to raise this argument also, that eggs are not the main and only product of poultry. When we come to the local consumption in the average Gambian context, we talk about the poultry meat.
She cautioned that a ban on poultry products might lead to trade barrier and malnutrition, considering that poultry products are rich in protein. Sekou Drameh from the Gambia Standards Bureau spoke against the importation of poultry products. He said the demand for poultry products in the country can be met considering the growing number of entrepreneurs. Mr. Drameh also further highlighted the statistics.
The Gambia needs about 2 million poultry products in a month, and Empress is able to produce around 1 million. Then you can see that in addition to Empress, other poultry producers that are like my brother here, if you sum their quantity up, then the poultry producers, the local poultry producers will be able to meet the rising poultry.
Musa Anget, a public health student at UTG, is in support of the importation of poultry products. He believes the importation of poultry products should not be banned because the country lacks the equipment to produce enough figures to satisfy consumption needs in the country. He also kept a wary eye on the self-sufficiency ratio of the country in terms of poultry production.
The Gambians are into poultry growth, and how many of the Gambians are inclined in terms of knowledge how to manage and deal with poultry products in the Gambia? Did you ask yourself, do you have that data? You should actually bring up such arguments before you can raise the concern that we should go ahead in banning poultry products in the Gambia. Then another point, if I may ask you, what is the food self-sufficiency ratio as a country, where production, importation minus exportation? What is the food self-sufficiency ratio of the Gambia? Which, if not attained or if not done through research, I see no reason why you should be here to back yourself that we should ban food in the Gambia as a country.
A research conducted by Action Aid The Gambia and Oxfam International in 2004 on the effects of imported poultry meat and eggs on local small-scale poultry producers states that imported poultry provides a cheap source of meat for Gambian consumers, but it could also pose numerous health hazards to consumers and at the same time pose a major threat to small-scale farmers. Moses Mendy, Eyeafrica News.